Hi there summoners, GuardianE here with another live reaction and first impression video for Fire Emblem Heroes, and tonight we're getting the reveal of the next legendary hero to drop into the game at the end of the month. So I've got the trailer pulled up here, have not seen the thumbnail or the title. We're going to go ahead and hit play and watch together raw for the first time to see the reveal, and then take another closer look at the banner as a whole, as well as the hero, to see if I think ultimately if it's a banner worth pulling on. So let's get started. Wait for that HUD to leave, and there we go. Alright, who we got? Who have we got? A new legendary hero joins the battle, as expected. Oh! Is that Elincia? Undaunted Queen. Oh, it sure is! Beautiful art. Really fantastic art. I'm guessing she is going to have like a Brave effect, Absolute Amiti, aerial maneuvers for her B slot, Heart of Crimea for the C slot as well. Okay, alright, so we are getting a legendary Elincia. Very appropriate. I think definitely a shoo-in, one that we would have expected to see at some point or another. I love that she like raises the blade up in the sky and there's a glint before she leaps forward. So Saros is going to be joining her, Claude, Dagger, Byleth, Oter, Goto, Gilliam, Crom, Dark Maria, Hinoka, Noah. Okay, alright. So yeah, we're getting Elincia as our legendary hero. It took me by surprise a little bit, just because I forgot that we don't already have a legendary Elincia, because we have the Ascended Elincia. So I kind of like forgot that we hadn't gotten a legendary version of her just yet, but here we are. We have Undaunted Queen Elincia. She is going to be a red hero, and that is going to be a banner starting on the 28th of September, and then going for approximately 2 weeks or so. So yeah, again, I think a very appropriate pick for sure. She looks great. I'm excited at the prospect of there being some flyer skills tied to her. It looks like she is bringing a new B slot skill, so curious to see what that's going to be all about. So let's take a closer look at her. So here we have legendary Elincia as a flying sword unit, a wind hero. A flying sword unit, just like her original incarnation in the game, but as a legendary hero. And she's certainly gotten a glow up. The sheen of her glossy green hair, absolutely beautiful. And there's this extravagance to her outfit. There's gold peppering the entire thing. Precious jewels. Definitely has that regal appeal to it. Even catches sort of the golden glint in her eyes too. And there does seem to be this soft ambient glow about her. The cloak that she's wearing has this delicate refinement that gets added to the overall look that she's wearing as a warrior queen, essentially. And she definitely looks the part. Great job on the art. And so Elincia is going to be equipped with Absolute Amiti, 11 Might, enables Kanto 2, a Killer Slaying effect. Unit attacks twice, even if foe initiates combat, so on both phases, unit attacks twice. If unit is within 3 space of an ally, grants +5 to all stats, grants attack speed +X to unit, X equals 11 minus foe's max special cooldown count value times 2, min 3. If foe does not have a special skill, X equals 3. And neutralize effects that inflict special cooldown charge -X on foe during combat. Okay, alright. Alright, so that is nice that she gets to avoid the guard effect on her, so she is going to gain special charge as she naturally would be able to. The calculations to attack and speed bonus, so she gets +5 to all stats, which is obviously great, but she wants to definitely go heavy on the attack and speed to increase her overall attack power when she's doing a Brave effect, in addition to potentially quadding, right? That's kind of been her shtick from the very beginning anyway, so makes a lot of sense to give her a weapon like this, and it's going to work on both phases as well, which leads me to believe that maybe she's going to have a Vantage effect. It's somewhere in her kit, maybe with her C-slot skill. But interestingly enough, her attack and speed bonus scales off of the enemy's special cooldown, max special cooldown. So if they have a very high special cooldown, like a Gale Force or an Ether at 5, that does mean that it would be 5 times 2, which would be 10, and then 11 minus 10, which would be 1. So the minimum is 3 to attack and speed. The maximum that she could get is effectively +9 to attack and speed. If the opponent had a 1-turn cooldown on their special, max cooldown, then it would be 1 times 2 minus 11, which would be 9. So +9 to attack and speed. So certainly some sizable offensive stat boosts built into the weapon. Condition is super easy in that she just has to be within 3 spaces of an ally. Killer slaying effect is very, very solid. And then Kanto 2, just straight up Kanto 2. She always has Kanto 2. That is exceptionally strong, and something exceptionally strong to have built into a weapon as well. Dragon Fang at a 4-turn cooldown with the Killer Slaying effect is going to be a 3-turn cooldown instead. Attack speed Clash 4 is certainly going to be very, very nice for her. Going to just really go all in on the attack and speed, the offensive stat line, to really maximize her damage and quadding capability. And so for the B slot, we have Aerial Maneuvers. Unit can move to a space within 2 spaces of any ally within 2 spaces. At start of combat, if both units and foes' HP is greater than or equal to 50%, inflict speed defense -4 on foe during combat. And also, if unit initiates combat, unit can make a follow-up attack before foe can counterattack during combat. Okay, alright, so it has a dive bomb, desperation effect built in there as well, so if she is going to naturally quad, she is going to be able to do so before the enemy can counterattack. That is quite powerful. And naturally that means with Dragon Fang at a 3-turn cooldown, when she initiates and quads, she is going to proc that Dragon Fang. Since she does have the ability to neutralize guard effects on her, she is going to be able to build that special charge naturally. The warping effect of Aerial Maneuvers, very, very potent within 2 spaces of any ally within 2 spaces. That is huge range for her to be able to traverse and to be able to initiate on the enemy, have that in-combat debuff on the enemy to maximize her damage and quadding capability, and then to the extent that she does quad, yeah, she's going to just attack 4 times in a row, deal that Dragon Fang on the 4th hit, and just obliterate whatever she touches. Heart of Crimea for the C slot, so that is going to be her own unique C slot skill. Allies within 2 spaces of unit can move to any space within 2 spaces of unit. So it's basically the give and take of Aerial Maneuvers, right? So she's going to be able to teleport to within 2 spaces of any ally within 2 spaces of her, and then the opposite is also going to be active, that her allies can move within 2 spaces of her as well. Inflicts -4 on all stats on foes within 4 spaces of a unit during combat. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants null follow-up to unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit as well. Alright, so that is quite good. The one thing that would be able to stop her from quadding naturally would be something that would prevent her from follow-up attacking, right? That would block her from doing so. The null follow-up, which is an easy condition, as long as she starts the turn being within 2 spaces of an ally, she grants herself and her allies within 2 spaces that null follow-up effect, which is very, very strong. Null follow-up in general is a rarity amongst flyers in particular, and so that's going to be extremely valuable for her to have as a built-in effect on her C slot, and that's gonna just further enhance her capability of what she is driven to do. And she is specifically driven for a particular purpose. Everything is kind of catering to this very specific task of her diving in, quadding, proccing Dragon Fang, doing tons of damage, all the debuffs on the enemy as well. She can warp in and do it from a huge distance away based upon her allies' positioning, and then after she's able to attack and move, she can then Kanto two spaces away to safety and get out of harm's way. So it's certainly an archetype we've seen before. It's just streamlined in such a way that she has everything that she needs in her kit to be able to guarantee that she accomplishes what she sets out to do. There's not going to be a lot of debuffs or effects on the enemy team that's going to prevent her from accomplishing her task, which is, again, quadding, proccing that Dragon Fang, eliminating, and then Kantoing to safety. So yeah, this is more or less a supercharged version of the original Elincia that's in the game in what she set out to do. She's going to hit like a truck, absolutely destroy what she touches, and despite the fact that Absolute Amiti does have a Brave effect on enemy phase, she is definitely geared towards player phasing. It's nice that she has that enemy phase capability, but at the same time, you know, I can't imagine she's going to be super tanky. She'll probably have some decent mixed defenses, will probably be able to tank a hit and then counterattack with a double Brave attack. So that's always nice to have in your back pocket, but that's definitely not going to be what she's centered around. I was kind of expecting with the rest of her kit for her to have something defensively to kind of round her out, but it doesn't really seem like that's the case. They're kind of like all in on the offensive specialization, and I think that makes a lot of sense too, and she's going to do it exceedingly well. So let's take a look here at her in motion once again. So Proccing that Dragon Fang. Beautiful special effect in the art with the pink swirls. So there she is warping in, brandishing her sword, and then doing a double hit, a brave hit and killing. Yeah, really strong stuff. Alright, so I didn't catch at first who is going to be accompanying Elincia here on red. Let's see, so... okay, so Chrom, Fallen Chrom, and Legendary Hinoka. Now, Legendary Hinoka is actually an amazing pairing. I think they would work exceptionally well together, of course. Hinoka having those buffs specifically for flyer-based teams. They'll do very well together. And then naturally having Fallen Chrom in there as a rearmed hero, very, very strong. He's got great stuff. He is, as a rearmed hero, has a lot of utility, and he is limited as a rearmed hero too. So certainly a strong showing on red. For colorless, we've got Goto, we got Legendary Claude, and we have Fallen Maria. So a great selection of characters that are available here. Fallen Maria is in the regular summon pool, so you can get her just as, you know, a non-focus pull on any random banner when pulling on colorless. But that being said, she's relatively recent, really, really strong. The Fallen heroes always are. Her resurrection, or her miracle gimmick that she bestows, is really, really potent. So again, despite her being in the regular pool, still a great value here. Goto, super, super tanky. Claude actually also pretty darn tanky as well. Again, a pretty nice offering from colorless here. And for green, we have Dagger, we have Legendary Byleth, and we have Oter, a character that I hate and I feel should be deleted from the game. But that notwithstanding, he's still a decent unit to have. Actually, all of the characters on green are actually quite solid. Dagger and all incarnations of Dagger having that Pathfinder ability is just very valuable in general. So I would probably put colorless and green on relatively equal footing, just a little bit below red here. And then finally, we've got blue. I would just say to avoid somebody on blue. It's not worth it, even if you want Saros. So Saros is on blue, and then you have Gilliam and you have Noah. Not to say that Gilliam and Noah aren't good units to have. They are. But they're in the regular summon pool. They're going to have other rate ups. It's really just not worth it. If you're just going for Saros, it's not worth getting Gilliam or Noah as a constellation. In my personal opinion, I think it's just worth waiting for their own individual rate up, where they'll have a higher percentage rate up individually if you do want to go for those units. So blue definitely in the rear, definitely far back in terms of value. Again, red up top, I would say, with green and colorless close behind, and then blue really trailing there. But certainly let me know in the comments below if you guessed Legendary Elincia this go around, if you guessed that she was going to be the hero reveal for today. Let me know what you think about a Legendary Elincia's kit, about the banner as a whole. Are you going to be excited and summoning for her? Are you going to be skipping, waiting for what else comes down the line? Now, me personally, I'm probably going to stick to the first full circle, the first discounted circle, just see if we manage to get anything lucky in that first circle, and then not go any further than that. I think I'm going to take this opportunity probably to go in on the rearmed Plumeria banner that's currently live instead. Haven't decided yet. It's probably where the chips are going to fall, but we'll see. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to leave us a like, comment, subscribe to the channel for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. We thank you all so much for watching, for taking time out of your day to spend with us. We really do appreciate it. And until next time, let's protect those skies.